There is obviously a great debate about which team should be in the top 4 college football playoffs this year. If Baylor beats Kansas State in its final game, here is why they should be ranked no less than number 4 above Ohio State and TCU and thus in the playoffs. First, compare Ohio State's record to Baylor's. Both teams have one loss. If they win their final game, Ohio State and Baylor will both be the conference champions. But Ohio State will have only beaten 2 top 25 teams according to the Week 15 official college football playoff rankings, while Baylor will have beaten 3 top 25 teams. And Baylor's top 25 wins have been against opponents ranked significantly higher than Ohio State's opponents. This means, according to the playoff committee's own rankings, Baylor's wins against the top teams in the country have been unquestionably superior to Ohio State's. Baylor defeated number 3 TCU, number 9 Kansas State, number 20 Oklahoma. Ohio State defeated number 8 Michigan State, number 13 Wisconsin. Baylor's one loss was against a superior West Virginia team whose season record is 7-5. While Ohio State's one loss was against an inferior Virginia team whose record is 6-6. To put Ohio State ahead of Baylor would require the playoff committee to decide that how both teams played against subpar teams was more important than how they played against top 25 teams, which is inconceivable. If both Ohio State and Baylor win out, Baylor has the clear advantage. Now compare TCU's record to Baylor's. Both teams have one loss. If they win out, Baylor will have beaten 3 top 25 teams, while TCU has beaten only 2 top 25 teams. And according to the college football playoff rankings, Baylor's wins were against higher-ranked opponents than TCU's. Baylor defeated number 3 TCU, number 9 Kansas State, number 20 Oklahoma. TCU defeated number 9 Kansas State, number 20 Oklahoma. Baylor will also be the Big 12 Conference champion, while TCU will not be, a factor which the College Football Playoff Ranking Committee said would be important. Most importantly, Baylor beat TCU head-to-head in an actual game on the field, another factor the College Football Playoff Ranking Committee said would be an important factor. This is worth a final comment. The whole purpose of a playoff is so that the national championship will be decided on the field, not on the basis of opinion. Strength of schedule, arguably an advantage for Baylor if you consider their top 25 wins, and a team's entire body of work is an important, if subjective, consideration. Everything being equal, a decision must be made based on perceived strength of schedule and a body of work in order to put one team above another. When number of wins, strength of schedule, and body of work are very similar, however, but one of those teams beats the other team head-to-head on the field, as Baylor did TCU, it should be the deciding factor. Of all the things the ranking committee should not do, putting TCU ahead of Baylor would be the worst. It would take the competition for the national championship off the field in the first year of the playoffs' existence, which would be unconscionable. Ohio State and TCU are both great teams with great coaches, but if Baylor wins out, it should be in the top 4 and in the playoffs.